Okay, so I am back with some beginner tips for Final Fantasy XI. These are tips you're going to want to just sprinkle throughout your experience and use at your leisure. First one up is get Signet, Sanction, etc. All those things, because they give you a boost to your experience gained, your hit points, all those good things. Some of them give bonuses to everything, like Ionis out in the Seekers of Edolan areas. The second tip I've got is use the Records of Eminence quests. If you're going to do something, say you're farming a specific enemy for a specific type of crystal, dark crystals, fire crystals, these sort of things, there's a Records of Eminence quest for that. You need to sit and rest a lot of HP back after getting your butt kicked by something tough. There's a Records of Eminence quest for that. Crafting, you guessed it, there's a Records of Eminence quest for that. Next tip I've got is keep your equipment current. Like, just, if you can't do your armor, at least try and keep your weapon up to date. That's a big one. I'm going to keep your weapon up to date so your damage dealt is as high as it could be. Unless you're a tank, then you're probably going to want to keep all of the things up to date. That will be an important one. And I figured it was 7 there, chest. The first digit's odd? Really? My goodness, I hadn't gathered. Well, that gave me absolutely nothing with 6. With 6 chances. That's another tip I've got for you. Always open your brown chests. Because usually you can at least get some money out of them. If not, then, well, get some equipment out of them. Most of the equipment I've got on right now, I've gotten out of those chests. Full set while I was just out here dickering around in the previous video. So that is indeed a thing. As I continue to attempt to open this. Well, that didn't give me much either. Pooh. Let's see, the next one is always check for a cheaper method of getting gear and spells. Now, a lot of the time people put things up on the auction house, sometimes for a lot more than it sells for from, say, a regional vendor or just a city vendor or even a duty-free vendor. So always check for a cheaper method. Sometimes you can get gear dirt cheap at a vendor. Sometimes you get gear for sparks. So that's always a thing, always worth looking into. Next tip, which feeds into that, is compare gear and consider spells. What I mean by that is if you're low on money and the next tier weapon up that you can get has like 1 more damage per swing on it, maybe skip it. Maybe skip it. If you're strapped for cash and you're an aspiring magic user, your gil would be more useful if you spent it on Cure 3 instead of Bar Watera. So, always keep that in mind. The next thing is keep track of your abilities. As you level up, you'll gain new abilities. Like a warrior here has Provoke and Berserk. Berserk lets me deal a great deal more damage per swing. At the expense of defense, but that's what the tank's for, eh? So always keep track of your abilities. Maybe you'll have something that'll make you hit harder. Maybe you'll have something that'll make you more accurate. These are all great things, and I cannot find another mob to smack around here. Well, there's bats. Bats and a worm. Do your dailies for sparks. Sparks of Eminence if you can. Because Sparks of Eminence are going to be your big money maker starting out. And it's also going to keep you fairly geared. So that's the thing. You're going to want to do them where you can. If it's not something that's really doable, maybe skip it. Doesn't matter really. You're just going for the sparks. The best way to get sparks is to do the quests that pop up hourly, I think. Not hourly, every 4 hours or so, I think they change. Like right now, it's still Vanquish Plantoids. That's 70, 71, or 72 there. My goodness. Yay! Free stuff. See, Bone Mittens, completing the set, which I don't really need because I've got the Sandoria Conquest points. Gloves there that add 3 attack, which are quite nice. Unless you go and get work gloves from King Rampier's Tomb's chest. Or buy them off the auction house, that's another way to get them. Anywho. Collect tabs. Fields of Valor, Grounds of Valor, they are very handy for getting around and cheap, especially with the, whatever you call them, books, the survival manuals that let you teleport from book to book. Those are very handy, especially once you get through the first Rhapsodies of Vana'diel one, and it's just 10 tabs to teleport between the various booklets. Next one is keep aware of campaigns. Like right now going on, there is the Summer Alter Ego Extravaganza, which will let you pick up some useful trusts, like the Little Chocobo Chick, possibly the Moogle, and I think a Corsair that'll give you an experience point boost. So that's just one of the possible campaigns that could be going on. You could get increased experience gains. You could get things that give you better items out of the random crap goblin. All these sorts of things. Now the next one is know what you're fighting. What I mean by that is like just, keep an eye on what it might drop. Take the records of eminence for its drops, even maybe check for that. There are spoils in there from like bat wings to all sorts of thingers here and there. Bat wings, beehive chips, rammy shells, twin stone earrings, that sort of thing. So if what you're fighting drops one of those, maybe take the records of eminence quest for them. I'm trying to stifle hiccups again. It's not working. Okay, so it also helps to know if it's something that's going to hit really hard. So if a check's very tough or incredibly tough, then you might want to take some caution when fighting it. I take these guys, these are easy prey, so not really too worried about them, but if they're checked incredibly tough, I might think twice about picking a fight. Unless I know my trusts can handle it. And I'm well geared. Next tip is don't sell things willy-nilly. What I mean is don't just take something directly to the NPC and sell it off at the NPC. Just check and see. Maybe it's worth collecting up a stack and selling it on the auction house. Like fire crystals right now are going for 8,000 a stack, which is just 12 of them. Not bad at all. Really easy money if you manage to collect a few out in your travels. Plus, free experience and sparks from the gathering records of eminence for the crystals that you're gathering, the spoils of battle there. Next tip is go at your own pace. What I mean by that is, well, you can rush through at a breakneck pace, NASCAR style, from level 1 to level 99, if you so choose, but at the same time, you can just kind of dickerdoodle about and go slow if you want to, go as fast as you want to. It's nice to have the options, You don't need to directly jump into endgame and hope you swim rather than sink. But that's neither here nor there. And of course, the last beginner tip I have for you is there's no shame in using the wiki or asking questions. Now, this is a game that came out in 2004, I believe, and this was before quest markers and whatnot were really a thing. Like, your map will show you a lot. Like right there, you can see the icon for the telepoint, and you can see the icon for the survival manual. Use your map, pick up whatever telepoints and home points you don't have that you need to collect. Same with the survival manual. All good things to check out. Don't be afraid to ask questions either. If you've got a link shell, social link shell, or just a friendly link shell, or just a friendly person online. If you're not sure about something, ask. Remember, there are no stupid questions. Only stupid people. And that's a recycled joke that I'm going to go to hell for. Recycling jokes. That's a paddling. Anywho, just follow those simple tips, and in no time, you can kick the ass for grass funguar. Maybe with Berserk on. Of course, like I said, with the job abilities, every job gets a 1 hour ability. Recharges every hour. It's nice to have. And of course, yeah, definitely go for the tabs from the training regimes as they are. All good tips. Keep them in mind. Even though they're beginner tips, they'll probably serve you well the entire time you play. And soon enough, you'll be able to just kind of... Nope, that's not there, that's here. Oh, wow, that's going to lag the game, huh? I'm not dropping frames, so I'm still talking. Let's see. Soon enough, you'll be able to get rid of your little question mark. And no longer be a noob. And that's all for this video. I hope to see you in the next one. If you haven't checked out the other beginner guides, go ahead and check them out for some more in-depth exploration of how you go to start. Stifle the hiccup again. And I shall see you in the next video. Here will be another guide. Probably for Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, Mission 1-1. Considering that's what I'm going to do next. Until then, happy adventuring and whoosh!